G'day everyone, welcome back to Wheel2Wheel Racing, and we are here to round out Season 11 with our Super Enduro. 69 laps of Willow Springs, of Big Willow here, and as someone who has just done 69 laps of Big Willow, I think it's going to be great to watch all of these others suffer like we just did. I'm sure you agree there, Chris?
The fact that, the first few laps, it felt like an eternity. So yeah, it's a suffering. But how you doing, ladies and gentlemen? We are here for the finale. It all comes down to this. Well, apart from the Div 2 Championship, but the teams championships are still up for grabs. Thank you, Dragon, for the intro. And joining me tonight is the newly crowned Season 11 Division 1 champion, Goat. How you doing?
Yeah, good, Chris. Still very excited. Haven't quite calmed down from the race I just finished 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
but,
not much of a cool down for us boys, but we're here.
Not much of a cool down for any of us.
But I'm keen to see what the Div 2 guys do here at the Big Willow, and I reckon it's going to be good.
Yep, should be really good, and yes, congratulations, Goat, there on taking out the overall championship.
Nice.
For the driver's standings, and commiserations to yourself there, Chris. It was an incredible fight all throughout the season, coming down to the last race there.
Yeah, overall, very good season. Very much enjoyed it. I'll say this season's better than my previous. Given that I'm runner-up again, but yeah, this season's been a blast.
Absolutely. And without any further wait, we'll release them from the pits. I'm sure they'll all be very keen to get this underway. So, first car out of the pits, leading the field out to start this 10-minute quali is Troy HQ. And just behind Troy, we have our second place driver in Div 2 currently, Jonesy175, in that beautiful 13R machine.
Yeah, and then following him is Oil in My Blood in the 13R machine as well. Expect some, let's say, unique stints from Oily, given that he is the resident tire master. And following him, I'll say he's the MVP for tonight, Madrisky.
Absolutely.
Oh no. I just realized he's still got Scooter's livery on.
That's okay, I'm sure that'll be forgiven.
Yeah.
He's had all of 13 minutes to get into the lobby and cool down from doing the Div 1 fill-in, so...
We'll close over that.
And then behind him we have Seckers 888 in the Scuderia Quadrifolio entry.
The Div 2 champion, untouchable at the top end of town at the moment.
Definitely. And
I'm sure he would love a win to crown off the season, though.
Yeah. And then behind him we have Squid, who I have been trying to send a strategy to. Sorry about that, Dragon. I didn't get back to you.
No problem.
But, yeah, he is... hopefully look for a good race.
Yeah, out here representing CP Motorsports for the final round of Season 11. Just behind Squiddy, we have Expat Champ. Said he's not been able to jump on too much, so not expecting too much this round. But in that privateer entry, was it San Miguel? Been all season, and I still don't know how to pronounce his main sponsor, unfortunately. And just behind Expat, we have War Dark Berserk in the AMS Excavations Damn Hexagon Sylvia there. And if he has any kind of pace like the rest of the Damn Hexagons did in Div 1, we could see something good from Dark Berserk here.
Yeah, and then behind him we have Broken Spoke for TDR in the 180 embroidery entry. He's looking quick today. And behind him we have It's Winning as our privateer. And then behind him, the god himself.
The almighty.
The almighty Dodgy86, team owner of TDR. He is quite frankly just on fire this season.
Yeah, for someone who at the start of the season said that he was in Div 2 as a little bit of a charity to try and make sure streams and stuff happen, he has absolutely showed up and showed that he belongs here. Currently sitting third in the standings, and I believe he can't be beaten for third. His closest competitor is Suitlad, but unfortunately Suitlad unable to make it here tonight, so Suitlad are going to be locking in fourth.
Yeah, I think Dodgy's got that one.
So at the moment, fastest lap goes to Troy HQ with a 17.3. Sekker's slotting into second with a 17.6, and Mid with a 17.6, just 200ths of a second behind Sekker's there as well. So maybe that first race has put Mid into some good form here.
Yeah, Mid had an extra 69 laps of practice in the previous race to warm up for this one, so he should know his way around by now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, hopefully fatigue doesn't affect him too much, as Sekker's goes to the top with a 17.2, Oily jumping into third place with a 17.6 as well. So 17.6 seems to be a
bit of a rallying session from Troy.
Yeah, we've also got Jonesy and Mid trying to rejoin the track without getting in anyone's way. They were parked up outside of turn 1 for about 30 seconds there, maybe 15-ish. I saw Spoke move up into 5th there, a 17.6 as well, 9 thousandths of a second behind Mid-Risky. Oh no, Expat's way out there in the dirt.
Oh.
I believe he said back in the day he... when he lived in the US, he was a flag marshal, I believe he said at Big Willow.
Yes, he did.
Maybe he's looking to go for his marshal post and forgot that he's actually got a race here.
Bring back the good old days.
Sekker's has jumped up into the lead temporarily with a 17.2. But
majority of the drivers dipping into the pits here as well to get that tyre change.
Yeah. I'm expecting a couple of 16s out of these guys, just maybe a little bit later down the track, but at least Sekker's, I've definitely seen him in the low 16s for race laps, so
I found it really difficult to get into the 16s in qualifying personally, but
yeah. With a full tank, it is pretty hard.
But if there is anyone that can do it, it is Sekker's.
Yes, definitely.
Oh goodness, what is that monstrosity you've posted there, Chris? Sorry.
You're just trying to keep up on things. So yeah, I've been drawing some sort of table just to keep up on things, what our drivers are doing. And yeah, so for those of you wondering. I drew a table. Basically, it has all the drivers and then softs, mediums, and hards. And I'm just gonna do some sort of a tally of how many laps have they done.
Yeah.
And
how the tires wear here, and the reason that you have your little table there to keep track is we could see up to 8 pit stops from some of these drivers here tonight, kind of thing. There is a lot of strategy at play. So we're going to be all over the shop trying to keep up with it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, as I just saw Spoke
Jonesy
traveling to Narnia at the last corner.
That you have. Jonesy also just jumped up into 3rd position there.
Lovely.
So continuing his good form in quali there is Jonesy. Mid still holding on to 4th, and Oily rounding out 5th at the minute.
Yeah, if any of you watching who doesn't know what the table looks like, one way to do that is to register for Season 12. Registration closes tonight, people. Let's get on with it. I've attached the link to our Facebook page in the description. If you're not convinced yet, I've also attached a link to our Instagram account, so you can have a look at what we do. And then in the Facebook page, there should also be like a past streams. And if you're still not convinced, press subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Check out all of our previous streams. If you love the racing, come join us.
Most definitely. Cannot forget to get registrations in if you want to be part of a team by midnight tonight. And, Seckers is just on a 17.001 to just not be able to break into the 16s there.
That's just
And while
frustrating.
he's plenty ahead, he's up by 0.3 of a second, but I'm sure he would have loved that 16 just to make it feel that so much sweeter.
Yeah, that you can't get much lower than that in the 17s.
It's rough. We do have a couple of people swapping onto the hard tyre, so already the strategy is starting to come into play. They've got about a minute to go.
Squid has just jumped up into 5th. I think we missed that, but yeah, he's just popped in a 17.6, which has popped him into 5th place. And there's a minute to go.
Yep, me and Jonesy sharing the same brain cell there, both typing 1 minute at the exact same time. I saw someone off in the dirt. Speaking of Squid, bang, into the big... I don't even know what it is. It's a, giant pile of dirt with a little barricade around it where the marshal hides behind so he doesn't get clouded by a car.
The marshal's pretty much invincible.
Oh, my game has just crashed.
Oh.
Yep.
It overheated.
Possibly. It is quite hot out here in the desert at Big Willow.
Yeah, it's getting hot in here.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just gonna end it there before we get a copyright claim.
Yeah, it looks like Seckers has got pole unless Troy can do anything about it. I don't know if he's gonna have enough time.
And he's not gonna have enough time.
No,
as Jonesy has sent the message that the race is gonna start. 19 minutes of one-make racing coming right up. We're in for a long one, folks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. I don't know if I'm going to have correct tyre data for the entire race now, I believe.
Yeah, so Goat, I'm gonna need you to keep us up to date.
Alright, well, do you want to go on board with Dodgy for the start? He's put himself in 3rd. See how he goes. Bit of wheel spin. It's not a bad start. Everyone got a pretty even start. Oil's got a good start back there in 6th. And Dodgy just slots into 3rd.
Yeah, and it's a clean start. A bit of a rallying action from Troy.
Yeah, Troy's on the softs. He's going to want to get around Seckers as quick as possible. Seckers is on the hard, so he's just going to get that stop out of the way. But this is helping Seckers actually to hold up Troy on the soft tyre.
So we're thinking Seckers going to go for a one-lap dash on the hards, or do you think he's going to carry on a little longer and look to hinder the guys running a softer tyre?
I did have a chat with him earlier, and he wasn't a fan of the one lap on hards. He's more thinking about 15 or something like that. So I think he's going to go a bit longer as Troy is nipping up the inside on that last corner. Not much Seckers can do there. It's definitely single file when you come into this last little kink there.
Yeah, very dangerous, using every bit of grip that those tyres can give coming around that last corner. And we see a flurry of cars diving off.
Dodgy and Jonesy.
And Spoke as well.
They're all coming in on the first lap.
So, I get to see if my tyre data will update at all throughout the next 90 minutes. So Jonesy's gone for the softs. Both TDR drivers have gone for the medium tyre here straight away. And I can't actually see the gap from Dodgy to Expat.
It's 8.5 seconds.
Yep, 8.5.
There you go. So they're not too far off the back of the pack. Expat running those hard tyres. Winnie ahead of him on the mediums, hounding War Darth Berserk, who's also running the hards. Majority of the rest of the field going on them softer compound of tyres, either the mediums or the softs. So you've got Squiddy on the softs, Mid on the mediums, and Troy on the softs. Sekers, of course, running the hards, as Goat stated earlier.
Yeah, and Madrisky is on the mediums, which is sort of a bit of a bottleneck from third to fifth. Yeah.
Squid went for the bump there.
Yeah.
Does pull alongside Mid with the indicator on. He's going to let Squid on by. Maybe, obviously Mid with incredibly high racing IQ.
And
knows that's not his fight at the moment.
And a fair bit of experience at this track this afternoon.
Most definitely. I'm sure he realised very early on that Squid was on that softer tyre. Oh, Mid hold on to it.
Session.
Only 2 tyres on the dirt.
Doesn't look like much, but it's hard to bring back onto the track if you pushing those outside tyres and you just touch the dirt. It's a bit of a mission to get it back on track.
I'd say there's also just a random chance that the rear end flicks around on you as well.
Yeah.
If you're under power and turning through there. It's also extremely bumpy.
Yeah. They need to flatten that out.
So we'll see if Oily tries to make his way by Midrisky coming down the start-finish here. Big downshift. Oh, you hear the tyres screeching as they round this final corner. Oil's had a big lift and Mid is pulling on away, so really putting those mediums to work at the moment. Expat has had a pit stop off of the hard tyres and is back in 11th place behind Spoke. So we're already losing track of all our pit stops. Expat is on the softs now, so hard's out of the way.
Yep.
And it looks like, just ahead of them, they've put 2.5 seconds between themselves, have Dodgy and Jonesy back to Spoke. And Jonesy's still not able to get by Dodgy, who's running them medium tyres at the moment.
Yeah, as we see, Squiddy's just closing up to the back of Sekers here. Still a second off, but Squid being on those soft tyres will want to dispose of Sekers pretty quickly. But Sekers isn't quite an issue just yet.
No, we're seeing about 2 tenths taken out of Sekers on the run down to this last corner. We'll see how these guys go through the final corner. If Squid's brave enough to use them soft tyres, he's back down quite a bit. And is losing time to Sekers out of it. So Squid's really got to maximise, I'd say, the first 2 sectors of the lap, as he's not going to gain a whole lot through that last corner with that line, unfortunately.
Just going to jump to 7th because Winnie is on the mediums and up behind Darth Berserk on the hards.
Unfortunately, he's been stuck there the whole race to this point, unable to get by Darth Berserk.
Yeah, it's sort of been holding him up.
But I believe Dale ran 6 laps on the hard tyre, maybe? No, he ran 1 on the hard tyre and 6 on the medium. So we're seeing a different strategy out of Darth Berserk here, running them hard tyres, and Winnie unfortunately not able to capitalise on them mediums. Back up in that battle for second, Squiddy has closed right up to the back of Sekers. See if he can do anything about it here, coming through the right-hander. Big lift from Squiddy. He's not going to try and go 2x2 through here. Knows better than that. Down to 4th gear to get all the power on the exit. I'm very interested to see how some of these drivers go on their fuel as well, as there's quite a few different fuel strategies that can come about here as well.
So that's a 118.0 from Squid, and that's a 118.8 from Sekers. Yeah, that's... Wait, Squid's on softs, yeah?
Squid is on soft tyres, correct.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, he's having a look around the outside there. He's squared off that corner a little bit, got a nice run out of it. He's just closed right up onto the back of Seckers, but he's not been able to make the move yet. It's very tricky to overtake around this track as well.
Best chance in this sector is probably down to the back straight. So this complex of corners here, if you get a good run,
and
that's your
he
best
has
chance.
got a good run. That time falls. He's going to have to pull alongside before they get into that long sweeping right-hander. Seckers giving him the indicator to the right. So I don't think we'll see Seckers fight this too hard. Early upshift into 6th place. And just looking to take his normal racing line.
Unnecessary to fight it.
Yep, on the hard tyre. Oh, Squiddy!
Oh.
I reckon he had about 3/4 of those right-hand tyres on the dirt there. He was very close to disaster. And that has helped Mid-Risky close up on the back of these guys into a bit of slipstream range as well. And all of that as well. At the front, Troy out to 6.5 seconds.
How are his tyres?
Not great. They I'd say they've got about a lap and a half left in them. So he might be able to get 8, but he's going to have to nurse them home. Otherwise, I reckon we'll see him in this lap.
Alright, so the closest battle pack here, I think it's still...
It is from second there.
Yes, from second. Actually,
and there's quite a bit that can happen with Seckers being on them hard tyres. He should be vulnerable to the 2 cars behind.
And oil's on the back of this pack as well on softs. So
his softs look incredible though.
Yeah.
Oil's just taking his time.
Looking up, he probably has about twice as much as Squiddy does, and Squiddy has more than Troy does as well. But Troy going for that 8th lap still.
That's why Oily is our resident tyre meister.
Yeah, he can certainly get 9 out of these. Can Oily? I don't know if I would push for 10.
No,
that might be
risky.
dangerous. We saw Captain in Div 1 fall victim to that one, trying to go 10 and lost his left front tyre, so doesn't look like Mid's able to do much on the back of Seckers here in that hybrid ag scootery machine. Oh, he's got to run out of the corner. He backs off it there. Seckers gave him a bit of a squeeze. He wasn't quite alongside. So tuck back in. And you really, in Mid-Risky's shoes here, you do have to kind of get a little bit creative to try and get by Seckers, who had a bit of slipstream assistance from Squiddy there, so...
The gap is slowly opening up between Squid and Seckers.
Yep, we'll see Troy into the pits in about 10 seconds time here from the lead. So he has bought himself about 8 seconds over Seckers, who's on an alternate strategy. There we go. Into the pits comes Troy in that privateer entry.
Those are like
Squiddy's in.
Eight laps, right?
That is 8 on softs for Troy and Squid. Oily carrying on a little further on them soft tyres, being able to hang with Mid-Risky, and Seckers retakes the lead of the race. Troy out of the pits in 4th, with still plenty of gap back to Jonesy, Winnie, and Darth Berserk. Winnie and Darth Berserk still going at it, and Jonesy now hanging on to the back of them.
Yeah, and Squid's just come out on hards again. Softs again. Looking for maybe a 9-lap stint or something. Yeah, looks like something similar to me.
Yeah, almost like your teammates, and you could have given a strategy away. Oh, Darth Berserk's made a mistake there.
Yep.
When he's looking around the outside.
They're side by side.
Poor Jonesy is losing so much time. He's been about 3/4 throttle through that entire section on these soft tyres. Just nothing he can do. And you see Squid has gained 2 seconds on Jonesy this lap already, so... We've also had another round of pit stops from the TDR guys, now sitting 10th and 11th with 2 stops under their belt.
Yep, they got off their mediums at lap 7, and they're on softs.
Yep, so I'm sure we'll be seeing them running the softs till the end from now.
Yeah.
Jonesy making his way by It's Winnie up into 6th place, now tucked in behind Dark Berserk. Someone else is in the pits, it's Expat Champ. Oh, Winnie looking around the outside of Jonesy.
Oh, ho, ho.
Easy as you like.
Oh. Nice
So-
move from Winnie there.
Yeah.
So Jonesy, I believe, pitted on lap 1 off of his hard tyres, and he's been on softs for 9 laps now. You can see that front left is really suffering, and Squiddy around the outside into this left-hander.
This
Jonesy's
is not
trying
ideal.
not to fight it too much. He's trying to let Squiddy through, but he's also driving really well, is Jonesy,
Oh.
so
Not ideal for Jonesy, however, the situation.
not at all. He's been trying to let Squid through for a while. There's a beep of the horn from someone. So, the difference here, what I'm seeing is that, so Jonesy has about to make his second stop.
Mhm.
We've also got Dodgy and Spoke who have made 2 stops and got rid of the slowest tyre. So these are our 3 to watch here that are going to be... Oh, someone's off. It's Oily. Oily
Oh,
rejoining
no.
the trick. He has nothing left on that front left tyre. He tried to go for the 10th, and he's not had success there. And Jonesy passes him right before the pit entry as well.
So how many laps is that for Jonesy?
Interestingly, Dodgy goes past them
That was
both.
9
and Spoke.
for Jonesy there.
9 for
Chris?
Jonesy, okay.
Out on medium tyres now is Jonesy, as
Sweet.
is Oil in My Blood. Oily, unfortunately, back to last place as Expat cruises on by him as well.
And Spoke and Dodgy have gone past both Jonesy and Expat. And they've used both their slower tyres as well.
The Almighty.
Dodgy, speaking of the Almighty, current fastest lap from Dodgy there is a 17.374, taking our purple lap. Last time around, Spoke with a 17.5 as well. Jonesy's in lap was a 31.7, which is not great. I would say my average in lap was probably somewhere in the 28, so he's easily lost probably 3.5 seconds, if not more, there.
Yeah, he got held up in that battle, and yeah, like I said before, not ideal for him. He's got to get a move on now.
Yes. Next people that are on tyre watch, Mid-Risky, starting his 12th lap on the medium tyre. That front left is looking rough, as is It's Winnie. So they are my next picks to be in the pit at the end of lap 12 here. Mid playing a dangerous game, dipping those 2 tyres in the dirt. Sekka's taking a wide entry into the left-hander here.
Almost a
And
late
Troy's-
move from Troy.
Troy's looking racy behind both of them on softs, so
Yeah, he needs to clear these
Second.
guys very quickly.
Second set of softs out of Troy there. So we saw him pit at the end of lap 8, so I'm assuming he's going to be going until the end of 16. But he's also just taken the purple lap of a 17.240. A big lift here, trying to give himself some space coming into the last corner. Last thing you want to do is get caught up being a bit racy here and end up in the dirt, so I'm sure he'll be hoping to see at least one of these cars peel off into the pits, as Mid-Risky does via dirt.
No, no, he's still going. He's still going.
oh, that's
Is still
risky.
going. So looking at how much tread is left on that front left, we could see an Oil in My Blood situation where
Yeah.
he runs out of tyre towards the end of the lap.
Alright,
It's Winnie
Winnie
off
is
the medium
in.
tyre there,
So
as
that's-
is Darth Berserk.
Alright, so
So
for Winnie,
Winnie
that's
in
12
off
laps
the
on
mediums.
mediums.
12 on the hard tyre
12
for
for the
Darth
hard
Berserk.
tires for Darth Berserk. And I think that's the
And
end
Winnie is exiting the pits on mediums, as is Darth Berserk.
Alright.
And double checking, you got Expat's pit stop recorded from softs to mediums on lap 9 as well.
Alright, let me check. I only have Expat's hard tire pit stop recorded, so can you repeat that, Dragon?
So end of lap 9, Expat sent his softs away and went for a set of mediums.
End of lap 9, okay.
I believe it was softs. Oh goodness.
We're doing a really good job here, boys.
You're doing a great job keeping track of it. Me, not so much. So, mid-risky rounding the last corner. He's had to slow down to 160 to get around it, but he's done it. He's made 13.
13 on mediums.
He's done well.
Yep, 13 out of the mediums. Troy has just managed to get by Seckers for the lead, so Seckers has done a great job holding up Troy on that faster tyre for 2 laps. Troy's last 2 laps with an 18.7 and a 19.1, whereas the lap before he did a 17.2, so costing Troy about 3.5 seconds, I would say, there. And who is it we just had pit? It was Mid-Risky, has come back out in 4th for a second set of mediums, just in front of the TDR boys, who are flying in formation.
Yeah, and Secker's still on that hard set of tyres, just lapping in the consistent low 19s, high 18s, which is pretty good pace for hard.
He said he can push those hard tyres up to 20 laps from what he's told us.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do.
Personally, I did not like the feel of the hards at all, so
no.
The fact that he can make this work like this, all the power to him. He's putting in a great performance so far.
Yeah.
But with that said, Troy has made up 2 pit stops. 1 pit stop? 1 whole pit stop, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm already getting lost. The TDR guys have done 2, some guys have done 1, Seckers hasn't. It's all happening. I'm a little worried for Dodgy here. So we saw him chuck this set of softs on lap 7.
Yeah.
We're up to lap 15. That front left, Spoke as well. Spoke's in even worse condition.
They're going to have trouble getting 8 here.
Yes. Dodgy should be okay. Spoke, I think, is at the point where that front left has less grip.
Oh, yellow flags.
Oh, it is Troy.
Oh, Troy.
Oh, he's taking an off-road route here. He is having a horrible time trying to get back up onto track.
All that hard
Over
work.
18 seconds lost there.
That's rough.
It's very unfortunate. I'm going to keep a very close eye on both the TDR entries here as they come through the last corner. Very, very low on the front left.
On board with Dodgy.
Yep, Dodgy taking a very central line as is Spoke behind him. Nice and cautious. Big lift off for Spoke. He's down to about 170, and they've made that 8th lap, so they've barely made it. They've done well to get there.
So that's 15 minus 7, that's 8. So 8 laps on softs. So
Jonesy in as well, and Expat as well off the mediums. So what's that for Jonesy?
So Jonesy
did 1 on the hards.
Oh, he did hards and then 9 on softs, I think.
And then he's done 6 on the medium.
Yeah, 9. 15 minus 9, yeah, that's 6.
Yeah. Goodness. And the TDR guys have come out with Oily and War Dark Berserk for company as well.
Oh. So Dark Berserk in a TDR sandwich.
Sounds like a good time to me. But Oily just behind them as well. Spoke getting right up on that rear bumper of Berserk. Needs to get by him as quickly as possible. Berserk taking a bit of a mid-line through the track there. It looked like he wanted to let Spoke by, but also didn't. He left the room for it, but it was a very tricky spot for it to happen. Meanwhile, Dodgy is beginning the chase of It's Winnie, who's 2.3 seconds up the road. Troy HQ in the pits off his soft tyres. So that is 2 8-lap stints on the softs for Troy.
Yep.
I'm gonna bring Squid to your attention, guys. His front left is almost non-existent.
Yep, and looking at his driving lines, it's dangerous.
It's alright, at least he can still lean on that right-hand side for most of Sector 2. This right-hander here it feels like it takes forever once that tire's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
So
just
this
needs
is a 9-lapper out of Squid. That
Yes.
front left's going to be completely gone as well.
All right, so
Yeah.
Squid.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Oh,
it's gone. Ooh.
keep it straight.
Playing
keep it
with
straight.
danger.
There you go.
to.
And the experience of Mid-Risky paying off here. He's closing that gap now to Squiddy.
So Squid
I'm sure
has
Squid
to come
knows
into
to
the
be
pits.
very,
He
very
has to
careful
come in.
here. So
Oh,
you see that car just washing out wide as he
this
gets
is
on the
pain.
brakes.
This is pain.
He had to slow down to 130 kilometers an hour there.
Yeah.
All right, so come in at
And
lap
he is
17.
in.
Yep, 9
So
laps
that's
on softs.
a 9-lapper out of Squid. That's interesting. I thought he was going to go 8s the whole way there, if I'm honest. Back in 6th place, Dodgy has pulled in 1.5 seconds on Winnie that lap. Now behind by 0.6 of a second.
Sorry, Dragon. I kind of missed. I think I missed Winnie's first pit stop, but well, you can't see it now. Do you remember what he did?
Winnie did 12 on the mediums to start. And he has come out on a second set of medium tyres.
Okay, thank you very much. So that's also.
You got your calculator?
No, I haven't turned on my calculator yet.
You've got it on
that's a
standby
relief.
though.
When
Oh,
the calculator
Dodgy
goes
is.
on.
Oh.
Oh.
It's a bit of a rough line there. I'm not sure if it was a little bit of lag causing it to be worse than I thought, but I'm seeing the cars jump around a little bit myself.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm seeing that too.
Hopefully the drivers are not, and things are all steady for them. Does look like our closest cars on track is this battle here between Dodgy and Winnie. And so if I'm correct here, Dodgy has made 3 pit stops, correct?
Alright, Dodgy.
He is running his hards, he's running his mediums, and this is his second set of softs.
Yep, so
Here
one
he goes,
hard,
up the
one
inside
on
of Winnie.
mediums. Yep, he's done 2 stops.
So he has made up 2 pit stops worth of time on its Winnie already. Which, man, I'm so lost in where people are actually going to float out here. What I can tell you for sure is Seckers is 12 seconds in the lead from the front on lap 19 on the hard tyre. Mid-Risky has done his best lap of the race with an 18.2 on the mediums. And Squiddy is fighting with Troy, who set a purple lap last time around, but I believe he was in front of Squiddy. So I think something might have happened this lap between Troy and Squid, but a 17.0 out of Troy last time around.
And a 20.7 from Squid.
That was his outlap.
That was his outlap, yeah. So, I'm not sure what happened there.
Next battle. Gosh, yeah, I think Troy and Squid's where we stay for now. Oil is reeling in Darth Berserk as well, but I'm not quite sure when they'll be in the pits. 17.5 out of Troy that time around as well, so still some really good pace out of Troy, trying to make up for that incident he had.
Yeah. And only a 17.9 from Squid, which is like that's pretty good for soft pace.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I would say anything in the 17s is about where you want to be on the softs. So, Squid doing well, Troy's setting some good pace, the TDR duo doing well. Who else has been on soft tyres? Jonesy down in 10th has been making a charge, 17.3 on lap 18. But I can't remember how many stops he's had. I believe he's had 3. One lap on hards, Jonesy. One lap on hards, it was like 6 on mediums.
And then 6 on mediums, and I've recorded 9
on softs.
9 on softs.
Yeah. Okay, so 3 pit stops out of the way for Jonesy as well.
Yep.
Man.
And I'm sorry, but I think I've lost track on Winnie and Expat's strategies.
Winnie is still on the same one. He's done one stop on lap 12 for the mediums and gone on to a second set of mediums. Ooh, Darth Berserk trip across the dirt into the pits. I don't know if that was planned or not.
So Dot was
He's done about 7 laps, I think. Six
still
laps
had
on
fuel and
mediums
tires,
here.
so
hang on.
He is refueling.
Plan.
If he goes onto the softs here, I think that'd be fine for him.
So that's 12
Yeah.
plus
Long fuel.
8. Because he exited at 21, so now he's on softs. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I need like some sort of air traffic control system.
So Midrisky has started to take time out of Sekers by quite a bit, about a second a lap here. And Sekers going for 22 laps on the hards. They are getting dangerously low on that front left. It's a brave move. Having a look through the field, Expat has caught up with Oily in 9th. And Oily has lost Jonesy up ahead, taking a very, very safe line through this last corner as well.
Yeah, and Troy's just coming onto the back of Squid. He's sort of hanging around the same gap.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to close up on him properly to make a move here.
Here's Expat
sort of
making a move on Oily. I think Oily didn't fight that too hard.
Oh, Madrisky's off.
Oh,
No.
that he is.
He's in the sand.
He needs to get himself
no.
reset here. He's trying to turn himself around. There goes
He's
Winnie. He's
backing up.
reversing to
Yep,
get
that's
himself
the-
reset.
yep.
There we go.
That's the reset strat.
No.
That's unfortunate for Mid. He was looking on there. He was only about 9 seconds back from Sekers, who is rounding the final corner now. He's got a pit, right? He is. 22
Yes,
laps
so
on the
22
racing hard
on
tyre.
hards.
So we've
Yeah.
got Troy rounding the last corner now. Sekers has just stopped in his pit stall. Fuel going in. Troy coming past the start finish.
tell
Sekers
you what.
rolling out of the pits. There goes Troy and Squiddy. Troy has gotten by
Just
Squiddy as
gonna
well.
come out behind him, behind Sekers. I mean, he might get the run, but I think it might
Sekers
be.
is on softs.
Yeah.
So Sekers has gone off the hards to the softs there for your table, Chris.
Yep, I got that recorded.
And-
22 on hards.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that both Dodgy and Broken Spoke
They
have
should be in this lap.
they've run all their tyres, so they're just softs to the end now.
Yeah,
And they're
Sekers
only-
has to fit some mediums somewhere in there, doesn't he?
Yep, he
Yeah,
has to.
yeah, and they're only 3 seconds off the lead, but they are pitting this lap, I'm pretty sure.
3 seconds off the lead and 2 stops ahead of everyone else here.
Yeah,
So the last time we saw these two in was 15. So this will be lap 8. We'll see him pitting again this lap. I'm assuming we'll see Jonesy in as well. I believe he was in with them running the same times. Expat, I believe, also running similar laps on his tyres. Nice and easy through the last one. Oh, Dodgy stays
Spoke
out.
is in.
Spoke goes in.
ooh,
Oh,
That's why
that's
Spoke.
brave from Dodgy. I reckon there might be enough to last the lap, but it's going to be close.
yeah.
So Spoke in off the softs. Oily is in on the mediums.
That's 7 laps of soft tires for Spoke. That's it.
8.
7, 8,
8.
8.
So they were in at the end of 15.
Yep.
Yep.
So 8 laps for Spoke. Oily in off the medium tyre as well. Jumped onto the medium tyre lap. Something, I can't see that far back. But onto the softs now is Oily. Expat also in last lap for another set of softs. How you going keeping track of him, Chris? You still
I'm
have
still
any grasp on where we are?
I'm still
or-
calculating spokes. Just going
Yes,
off
so
his lap
Spoke
time.
was 8
yeah.
laps on softs.
Oh, Troy's out. Troy's out of front left.
Oh,
He's
that
on
he
the
is.
gravel.
He's
Oh,
going
lucky
into the
he's in the
pits.
he's at the final
Oh.
corner. So
There you go.
that's another 8 lapper for Troy.
Yep, Dodgy in after 9. And Jonesy in after... What is that?
17,
Come on,
24,
update.
25.
I'm getting a
yep.
bunch of position updates, so I can't see when he last pitted. Came out on 16, so that is a 9-lapper for Jonesy, 9-lapper for Dodgy. That is another 12 laps on mediums for Winnie. It's all happening. Dodgy's come out. Oh, Dodgy's not refueled. Dodgy
no.
didn't refuel.
Ah. Yeah.
Oh no, he's got new tyres. He did not fuel up.
That's a
And
yeah.
that fuel
That's not
gauge
gone
is
well.
looking very, very low. He's probably got about 2%. So he should make it around. Oh,
Oh.
Spoke
Yeah.
has gone by. Mid has gone by.
Yeah, I did a few practice races here, and by around lap 30, you start losing the ability to do basic things. And
I think Dodgy just needs to send it into the last corner, and if he
Yeah.
runs out of fuel, coast into the pits.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Troy in off the hard tyre.
The hard tires. Okay.
So that is Troy's hard tyres out of the way. Mid risky in 25 and Dodgy in with nothing in the tank, unfortunately. So that's an
So-
extra stop there for the Almighty.
So for Troy, that's 1 single lap on hards.
Yes.
And Madrisky.
Mid he's filled up to 6% and come
That's
out
gonna
on
be
hards.
1 lap on hards for Madrisky.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, and
Squid is almost out of tyre as well.
Yeah,
There's
he should
everyone
make
is
this lap.
massively gambling on that front left tyre holding on this last
Yeah.
corner. This is about where mine got on my first set, and I decided that I was going to take it a whole lot easier for the rest of them. You see, he's just understeering the whole way through the corner. He's just going to hold it flat on the dirt.
and he has to come in.
There it is.
Alright, so lap 26. Squid has done 2 stints on soft, 17. 26 minus 17. Is that another 9 lapper?
What was that? Oh, for Squiddy?
Yeah.
Yes.
I cannot tell.
Yes, it is.
So he would have come in on 17, I believe.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, 9 laps as Spoke goes on by. Seka's now 20 seconds in the clear at the front.
Yep. Madrisky is coming in. Yep, that's his single lap on hards.
Yep.
And I think at the moment our drivers are settling down, so let's just take this opportunity to hear some words from our sponsors.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back, folks.
Do you own a business needing new equipment? Or perhaps you're wanting a good set of wheels for that shiny new bike license? Maybe you're after that well-earned boat for retirement. Or you desperately need a new car or caravan for those family getaways? Get in touch with Jade Finance today.
And now he's 25 seconds behind.
And I am back. We are back. Those are from our sponsors at AMS Excavations, 180 Embroidery, and our main sponsor, Jade Finance Australia.
Yes, love all of those sponsors for staying on board with us for Season 11. We also need to give a quick mention to BQS Group. They are an integral provider of transport and logistics solutions Australia-wide. Since 2003, the team at BQS have been customizing solutions for their broad range of clients and partners, and to find out more, check them out at bqs.com.au. And the final thank you that we need to give to our sponsors for now is Hybrid Ag. They are on a mission to transform food for health by working with forward-thinking growers and the latest in science research. Hybrid Ag are leading the industry in plant nutrition systems to grow healthier, bigger, and more sustainable crops. And if you want to find out more about Hybrid Ag, check them out at hybridag.com.au. Huge thank you to all of our sponsors who have supported us here through Season 11, and we hope to see you all on board with us through Season 12 here.
Yep. More about Season 12 to come later on. So, Dragon, have I missed any more pit stops?
I don't believe we've had any pit stops during that time. Darth Berserk actually has just come in, so there is your next pit stop.
So he came in on softs, 20. Yep, that's 8 laps on softs.
I believe it's less. So
Or
21 was his out lap.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh, my leaderboard's. There's a 127. I think that might have been a mistake. Oh yeah, that
was an off. Yes, his out lap, I believe, was at lap 21.
Yeah, I think he's done 8 laps.
Yeah, I think he's done 8. I think he's done 8.
Yeah, expat in off a set of softs as well. That is a very short run there.
Kind of lost track on expats
on 23
stops. So that's him gone from my tracker.
Yeah. While the ads were playing, myself and Goat did work out that during that mistake from Dodgy, he's lost about 25 seconds.
Oh my!
As he was leading Broken Spoke at the time, and is now about 24 seconds behind Spoke, who's holding pace with Seckers quite well, if I'm honest.
Yeah, Spoke doing quite well there on the gears softs, holding pace with Seckers, which is brilliant. Yeah, done it well.
Yeah, and I feel like this is a great time to mention that while the Division 2 championship is all sewn up, Division 3 also happened earlier, and MCDC from Scuderia Quadrifoglio took out the win in the Division 3 Super Enduro, with Brutal 82 coming second, so that secured the Division 3 championship there for Brutal. That also gains Scuderia, the team in second place in the team's championship, 62 points to try and close the gap to Team Dodgy Racing, who are currently leading. So there's quite a bit happening at the moment to try and figure that one out. I believe Chris gained about 45 points as well. I think they needed to close in about 360 points. So
it is a tall order.
MCDC gained about 62. I believe you've gained about 45 or 46 there, Chris.
Okay.
And if Seckers wins this, he will gain 62 as well. I have not seen the results from D-League, but I know F1 Weber can gain a good amount of points for you guys as well with a good result there. So, while it is a tough ask for Scuderia, it is definitely still on the cards for them to try and close up the gap, as we have some pit stops happening now.
Alright, so
Spoke and Oily in off some soft tyres.
Oh, I think I've lost track on Oily's pits. Let's go
So
to
that is
Spokes.
7 from Spoke. Oh, he's out of the pits. Hang on.
8, 16, 25.
Oh, right beside Troy as well as he exits the pits.
Yeah, I think that's
He
7.
does
That's
lose
7
that
for
spot.
Spoke.
His outlap was 24. So yes.
20. Yeah, end of lap 31, start lap. Yep.
Broken is gonna want that back, seeing as Troy is on the slower compound of tyre. And we have Seckers in with 4% of fuel left.
Is that
Yellow flag.
10?
It's Winnie has binned it.
I believe he's got engine damage. I
Oh,
believe
no.
Seckers
did-
has just done 10 laps on
10 laps on
softs.
softs.
Wow,
That,
making us all look stupid there.
That is,
struggling on 8.
it's genuinely just not fair. And
No.
I now no longer like him as a person.
No,
These are
I
mediums.
second that.
Well, with how
He's
Seckers
out
is
on the medium
performing,
tyre now.
and with how Seckers is performing right now, I think we're gonna have him in Div 1 next season.
Oh, he is most definitely going to be in Div 1 next season. He's one Div in Division 2, so he'll certainly be up there. Even if he completely binned it and went driving around on the infield, there's nothing that can change that at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna hear a lot of maybe like pigeon from him.
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
It's Winnie into the pits after that mistake. I think we're at the point where we're starting to see people make those mistakes. Little lapses in concentration. We're getting to about the 45 minute of the race.
Yep, halfway through.
45 minute mark, yeah. Most of our enduros, I would say, from 40 to 45 minutes is where a lot of the mistakes would happen. But that doesn't give you a lot of time to recover from them, as they're usually only an hour long. This one, going an hour and a half, it still gives you half of the race to make up for
Josie
your
is
mistake. Off another set of soft tyres.
Yeah, everyone's just gambling on soft tyres.
So Josie's another 9 lap on
even
softs.
nothing left.
So that was 8 on softs for Jonesy. Dodgy in off a pair of softs as well. See if he can remember to chuck some fuel in the car this time.
That would be helpful, which he
There
does.
we go, the fuel's going in. Round of applause. Good job, fuel man. You had one job in the last pit stop and you forgot it. So
Yeah.
he's going to cop a sprain from the Almighty, I'm sure, after the race.
He's
Yeah.
done it.
So having a look through the field, next to pit, I'm going to say Squiddy and Mid Risky, both with fuel gauges flashing. Mid with the front left very low, as is Squid. They're trusting it to hang on through the last corner now. Squiddy is. He's
Staying
going
out.
it. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
I don't like this for Squiddy.
Well,
His front left is very, very low.
let's stay on board with him.
Here's the first big test of that front left tyre. Down to 4th. He's holding about 170. The car's not coming back around for the end of the corner. There we go. Survived the first big left-hander of the lap. Plenty of grip through the right-hander there. How's he going to go through here?
Petruski's
He's going to have
in.
nothing left on that front left by the time
Oh,
he makes the last corner.
yeah, I've lost track of Petruski.
Here we go, coming up through this next right-hander.
Gonna have to lift.
He's lifting to keep it on track. He's lost 2 seconds to Seckers so far this lap. There comes a point where I think you just have to pit that one lap earlier and push your tyres harder. There we go, it's completely gone.
Ah, not again.
It is completely gone. He's got nothing in this last corner. He's pointing it in a straight line at pit lane. But that is
So that's
4 seconds lost to
End of
Seckers
lap
that
35.
lap. So, Goat giving him some wrong strategy advice there.
So is that
I
another
think that all
9 lap?
falls on you. I
Yeah.
believe so. And long fuel stop. There goes Broken Spoke. And Troy just making it around the outside of Squiddy. Next up behind Squiddy is the 13R duo. And I think our top 6 right now are the main players in this game here.
Yes.
So I know you're the one who's given Squiddy the directions on his strategy. So when are you seeing Squiddy running his mediums and hards here, Goat?
Lap 53 is when he's going to come in for mediums, and that's going to be an 11 lap stint. And
so you're expecting 9 from him to 45.
Yeah.
And then
9 to 44.
9 to 44, sorry. Yep.
9 to 53.
53. And then 11 and 5.
Or we could go a couple of laps under and then do more on hards.
Yeah, I think for Squid right now, it would be better off to run 8 on the softs and maybe push 12 on the mediums and 1 extra lap on the hards, maybe.
Yeah.
The medium tyre is actually quite a good race tyre. Just does not compare with the softs overall here, I think. But 1 extra lap's not too bad.
I've lost
I
track.
think you've lost track of Expat.
Yeah.
Who do we still have track of here, Chris?
Well, I've lost track of Oily, Winnie, Expat, and Mid. So still plenty of our drivers here I've been keeping up with.
Okay, I have no idea what's happening with Darth Berserk. I've completely lost track of where he's at, but
Well, I've tracked.
he's fresh out the pits on lap 35.
I'm just going to bring your attention to Squid, who's in 4th place challenging Troy.
Ooh.
He's got that undercut.
Troy's got
nice
very old mediums.
Yeah.
I'm sure the front tyre was screaming for him to just let Squiddy by there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know what, Dragon? I've also lost track of Darth.
There we go. Okay.
Lovely. Count on you, Chris.
We're doing a really
should have
good
brought
job,
the calculator.
boys. It's not about the calculator. It's just like even with 11 drivers, it's just hard to keep up with the graphics that we have.
Especially with how many pit stops these guys are making.
Yeah, Troy has
Troy's
come in, so that's a
He had
medium.
zero
Your
choice in
pencil
that.
again.
Yeah, get writing.
Get riding.
That's 13 laps, I think.
Your guess is as good as mine with Troy at this point. I have
Yeah,
absolutely no clue.
I do not know. I can't see that far back.
Yeah, so I've
only-
recorded three
The only
8-lap
people that
stints.
I know, the only strategies I know is Seckers, I think.
So just start
Who
at lap
did
38.
22 and then 10. And now we're here.
Alright, so to recap Troy's, he's done 3 times 8 laps on softs. And then he came
did
in
one
at the
on the
previous lap
hards,
that was
right?
displaying 37. So let's
I
say
thought he
37
did
minus
his-
34, that's 13.
I think he did a 1-lap dash on
And then he
hards
also
somewhere
did
in there as well.
Ah, yeah, I missed that. I think I missed that. So that will be 12 on mediums.
Your guess is as good as mine right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, 12 laps
I
on
would
mediums,
I
that-
would assume 12 on mediums.
Yeah, that's about
I didn't
right.
see many
Yeah.
going longer.
That's about right. And now he's
We
back
do
on
have-
softs, right?
Yes, and we have Troy hanging out just in the slipstream of Dodgy 86. So Dodgy's carrying on quite nicely after that mistake. It has cost him quite a bit of time. He would be up here competing for these positions from 2nd to about 5th. He'd be in this pack. But he is closing that gap a little bit, I believe.
Pretty rapidly, I guess. He may look for a move. Never mind. And I'll just like to probably just ask anyone on YouTube to help us keep track on what's going on.
Yeah, so we do have Squiddy 1 second behind Broken Spoke for 2nd place here. behind them we have the 13R duo. I'm assuming Jonesy's going to go one more lap. I think. He's got enough front tyre to go one more. Sorry, Oily. Jonesy's got plenty of front tyre still. So
Yeah.
see. Oily's got plenty of fuel to go again as well.
Spoke
is
in. So that's another soft stint. 8, 16. I think that's a 9. That's a 9 lapper from.
That's an 8.
That's an 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Then from Oily. Oh yeah, I've lost track of it. Alright, back to our closest battle here for 6th place. Troy looking down the inside of Dodgy.
No, I think that's a 7 from Spoke.
That's a 7? Alright, hang on.
No mind. Just ignore me. So, yes, that's an 8 from Spoke. That's put him a full pit stop ahead of Dodgy here as well, as he has still come out ahead of Dodgy and Troy.
Yeah.
So
I'm very interested. I'm going to be honest, we're really not going to know what's going on until, lap 50, 55?
yeah, probably.
Ish, before we kind of know where everyone's going to settle in.
And I've lost track of like virtually half of our drivers, so
I don't even know if it's worth keeping track of any of them. Like I said,
I'll
all I remember is Seckers right now, who has only stopped twice.
might as well
Yeah.
just abandon my table. Let's talk about something else,
We
boys.
used to have a system to show positions gained and what tyres used, and there's a reason we don't have that system anymore. And that's because I used to sit there like you, trying to figure everything out, and we'd pop it up for like 3 seconds and then it'd go away. So...
yeah, like for races like this, I'd rather be a manager than the driver.
We do have a new fastest lap though, mid-risky, with a 16.930, so dipping into the 16s there is mid-risky, trying to make his recovery drive here. He does have expat for company, who he just overtook last lap as well.
Yeah.
And that was that would have been pole in qualifying as well. I don't think anyone got into the 16s, so...
That was a 17.001 from Seckers to get pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's faster than our pole position lap time. Well, our closest pack here is the Broken Spoke
4th
train.
to 6th.
Yeah, the
Yes.
Broken Spoke train.
He has come out on mediums, has Broken Spoke, and I'm sure we'll be seeing Dodgy in next lap as well, so that'll give Troy a bit of freedom. Oily's on some fresh softs as well. So, very interesting to see if Troy can do much here. With Dodgy being in this lap and Spoke on mediums, could be a bit of a pinch point. Full send into the right-hander is Troy. Blows right up on Dodgy, whose front left is right on the verge of going off. So it's not as bad as Squiddy's. Oh, rear contact from Troy. He's got some front aero damage now.
I think that might have been a bit of a lag spike because Dodgy hasn't received anything. And that's just Troy with a bit of front aero.
Yeah, on my screen it was just Troy outbraking himself a little too late there, and Dodgy on some worn tyres.
Oh, someone's in the pits. Honestly, yeah, I'm not
It
going
is
to bother
Dark
anymore.
Berserk.
I'm not gonna
Jonesy
bother
is in the pits. So that is... I got nothing.
27.
I genuinely have nothing trying to figure out
Alright.
how long Jonesy is gone.
3 times 9, 27 plus 6, 33, 34. That's
Oh,
I'll say
my
that's 8
goodness.
laps.
So, coming out of the last corner, Troy went to look around the outside of Dodgy as Dodgy moved into pit lane.
Oh,
That could have been disastrous, being a bit over-aggressive there.
we've got
And
Dark.
the fuel is going in the car. Oh, the blue flags for the damn racing driver. You're correct there, Goat.
Yeah.
Patrisky's
Oh no,
in.
sorry.
He's
You know what?
unfortunately in the pack with everyone. He has
Yeah.
had to let Spoke by and then Troy, and right as he got them through, there goes Oily, and now he has Jonesy right behind him.
And he's got soft tyres as well, which is it's not great because
It's not how you want to be spending all that pace
No.
that's in your tyres.
Because you're stuck behind everyone on mediums.
Oh,
Troy has a moment.
He'll be in the pits well before Spoke as well. Here comes Oily up the inside of both of them by the looks of it. Spoke's putting a block on high. Up comes Oily through here.
Going low. Oh,
Spoke just managing those medium tyres nicely. He's not going to fight too much, but Troy decided to go high and follow Spoke there. Oily got the run of a lifetime.
and now it's Oily's turn to lead the train.
Here comes Troy. He's having a look up the inside. Spoke left him the room. Oh, coming out of it got a bit messy there as well. And that front left it's getting pretty close to its limit for Troy. I'd say this would have to be his in lap.
Yeah, it's got to be. His front left is not looking great.
I can't actually. I don't know if my timing is wrong. I'm missing lap 37 off of my timing when I look at Troy, so I'm assuming that was an in lap of some sort.
It is an in-lap.
Otherwise,
It is an in-lap.
he's done a ridiculous amount on soft tyres. Okay. So this is only lap 7 out of Troy, I think, on the softs. Maybe 8. It is. My brain is completely fried trying to keep track of it.
You know what, Dragon? Yeah, I've given up on my table.
Squiddy has managed to get 9 out of the softs again. He's held that front left tyre together, so he's done well there, has Squid. Troy is in the pits. There he goes. Squid coming out ahead of these guys. Caution, yellow flags. Who is it for? It is for Winnie, who's just rejoined the track. Down in 10th at the moment. Rounding the second corner. Has Sekers stopped again yet?
I don't think
Nope,
so.
he is still going on the medium tyre, so we saw 22 on the hards, 10 on the softs. We're now up to, what's this, 13 on the mediums at the moment?
32. Yep. 13 on the mediums.
And still going. I got nothing to say to him.
Yeah.
I hope he stubs his toe on the kitchen table next time he walks by.
Dragon, you savage, mate.
I know, I'm sorry, but getting 10 out of a pair of softs is just unfair.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'd take that back.
Why not continue our conversation about fast food that we had?
I can't. I'm too angry. I think I just saw someone go into the pits. It was Winnie.
It's Winnie. Yeah, it's Winnie.
Spoke and Jonesy side by side, 4th and 5th. Spoke rolling off to let Jonesy on by. Tucking on in behind, knowing that's not the fight. Wardarth Berserk on them soft tyres, stuck behind Broken Spoke. And crazily enough, Dodgy has been gaining on Jonesy and Broken Spoke the last couple stints since his mistake. He has pulled in about 6 seconds on Broken Spoke.
Interesting.
Yeah, and we are an hour and 1 minute in, guys. That just flew by, didn't it?
Yeah. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say so.
Spoke. He's off.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's a little off. He just
No.
ran a little bit wide coming through the left-hander, so he's lost a chunk of time there.
no.
About 5 seconds by the looks of it. Still has a handy bit of time over Troy and Dodgy, who are the next cars behind him, but it's very unfortunate there for Spoke. Having a look up through the front of the field. Sekka's fuel meters flashing, that front left's looking low. He might be able to squeeze one more out of it if he really wants to, but I don't know if I would recommend it personally. But that's 15 laps out of a set of mediums.
Disgusting.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's just wrong.
It's not fair.
It's not fair, is it, Dragon?
No, it
It's
isn't.
just not.
It isn't.
Here he
he's
is.
coming in. Yeah.
It's just not
So
fair.
that's softs all the way to the end then.
It might be.
Yeah.
We could see it is 22 laps
Oh.
to the end. He could just chuck on another set of hards and roll to the end with no more softs.
Has he used softs yet?
He
Soft
has.
types?
Yes, he
okay.
went 10 laps on them, remember?
Right. Yeah, I remember.
And he's
Yeah.
back on
Yeah.
mediums.
Oh, goodness.
The less we talk
So
about
what's that?
seconds, the
That
better,
takes
I guess.
him. That takes him to about 62 if he does another 15, and then it's a nice run on the softs home to the finish for him, I guess. We are going to start to see a lot of the strategies work their ways out now, so we'll be able to kind of tell where certain people are if we can remember which tyres they've used. So Squiddy still has to use both of the slower tyres.
Yep.
Jonesy has used... I think Squid might be the only person who hasn't at this point, actually.
Well, for that information, I can give you. So far, Squid has only used the soft tires
Soft tyres,
exclusively.
yes.
Yeah.
That I know. I'm just not sure if anyone else still has to run their mediums or hards.
Apart from those who have lost track, I think everyone has fulfilled the tire requirements.
There you go. So Squid, the only person who's probably not going to be on softs to the end here. Spoke using the medium right now, started on the hards, and we've seen plenty of soft laps out of Spoke as well. That gap from Spoke to Dodgy down to 10.5 seconds, and Dodgy still holding Troy at bay as well. They've also dropped Expat out of the slipstream range. He was hanging with them for a little bit there too.
Yeah, closest battle we have on track is probably Troy and Dodgy.
Yeah, that's about it.
But
I mean, there's Oily in mid in 8th and 9th as well, but
Yeah.
Oily's on some fresh hard tyres, and mid's going to be pitting soonish off of his softs, so that
Yeah.
5th and 6th battle is definitely where we need to look, as Troy just set a purple lap as well.
No, 16-7.
yeah, 16-7. That is flying.
It's a great lap there out of Troy.
Oh, as he sort of gets pinched on the exit by Dodgy. He looks down the inside. Dodgy
but-
says no.
Dodgy's glitching so hard though.
He wasn't
Okay.
alongside at all.
No. Oh, he's got a good run though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dodgy's made a mistake there.
Yeah, straight down the
A
inside.
little bit hard to tell, as everyone is
Jumping
running
around.
pretty smooth except for Dodgy for
Yeah,
me.
he's
Yeah.
glitching so hard.
But
Oh,
he's...
Dodgy's looking for it again. Oh.
Oh
Look
no!
at-
Oh, that's
God.
so close.
It is
Last
so
thing,
hard
yeah.
to tell where he is.
The last thing you want to do is just go off of the last corner.
I think we'll see mid risky in here. No. Oh! He got a big slide out of the last corner, and now Oily is charging back up to the rear. I've now lost my gap between Oily and War Darth Berserk.
I think
Oh,
it's
there it is,
because
minute 4. It's
yeah,
just picked
Minute
up.
4.
Dot Berserk is a bit like a few laps behind, I guess.
Not a full lap behind Oily, yeah.
Not yet, but yeah, I've given up. I don't know how this game works still.
Yeah, look, trying to keep track of where everyone is here is It's like trying to herd cats or trying to get goat away from a mineral wall. It is not an easy task.
No.
Yeah.
Especially if
those
the
minerals.
goat is used with coffee.
Yep. Coffee and minerals, mate. Go together like peas and carrots.
Well, that's what it takes to win the Div 1 championship, apparently. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's what you need. Minerals.
Spoke in at the end of lap 50.
And so's expat.
So 19 laps to the finish. How are you getting there? He could, 12 on the medium and then run the soft for 7, I guess?
Yeah, he can do that. Let's see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
He is back out on the mediums.
Right.
Plenty of fuel.
75, that'll take him to the end.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
I believe so.
Yep.
31, I got 8 laps, so 75 should definitely be enough to get Spoke there. And then just a 7 or 8 lap stint on that soft tyre to finish off, and that'll be Spoke sorted. So Spoke is 1 stop away from the end. Who else have we got? Oily could be running that hard tyre to the finish. Jonesy in from 3rd place with another very worn out pair of softs. Pirelli are going to love the tyre data. They're going to... Oh, sorry, what is it? Michelin? Who's the tyre sponsor for Gran Turismo?
Michelin. It's Michelin.
Michelin, yeah.
Yeah, they're absolutely going to love the tyre data we're providing here, and just hand them the soft tyres and say they don't last at all. Do better next time.
As we see Dodgy coming in on a fairly worn front left. I'm not sure if Michelin want that one back.
There's not much of it left to give back, is there?
No, they'll just be giving it back in a bucket, I'm pretty sure. But
go scrape it off the track. All the rubber left on the track.
Yeah.
Keeping a close eye on 3rd position here, Troy, again, on that front left tyre watch. It's getting there. He's definitely going to be in this lap. So it's probably going to put him at another 1 more stop to the finish, like a majority of our field here.
It's probably a new segment you've made up there, Dragon. Left tire watch.
It's certainly the case anytime we come to Big Willow at this point. So Jonesy's on some fresh softs, Oily is on some good-looking hard tyres, Spoke is on mediums, Dodgy is on softs. Dodgy is going for the softs to the finish, and I think Spoke might be going for the on mediums.
Troy's in.
Via some gravel.
Squiddy will be in this lap as well. Inside source in Goat let us know that. And
yes.
to the harder tyres as well, so we'll see if he can hold on to 2nd place. Jonesy's looking like he's in a pretty good spot here to take advantage of that. I have a rough feeling that Oily has another stop, even though he's on the hard tyre. His outlap was 48. That'd be 21 on the hards, which we've seen as possible, but his fuel is... It's just over halfway. I don't know. It's going to be close, I think, for him to make it to the end on fuel. I'm sure the hard tyre will last. Squiddy in the pits.
In.
Or 2nd last stop.
Well, while everything's settled in, let's just take a moment to talk about the calendar for next season, shall we?
Absolutely. I'm very much looking forward to next season's calendar. Voted by the people. No more crappy Laguna Seca or Catalunya. Get him out of here. I don't want him. But no, I think it's a very, very strong-looking calendar. The Group 3 rounds being Deep Forest, Trail Mountain, Interlagos, Brands Hatch, and the NERB 24-hour layout. Yes. And a Porsche GT3 Cup for 4 of our 9 rounds as well, running at the Daytona Road Course, Monza, Red Bull Ring, and Spa. I am genuinely a big fan of this calendar.
Yeah,
I think the tracks on it are really good.
It's looking really good. And season 12 will see the return of the 3-race format. So as you can see on the
For
screen,
a couple, yes.
those will be at Deep Forest and the Red Bull Ring.
Yes.
And if this calendar is interesting for you, be sure to register yourself for racing before midnight tonight. Link to our Facebook page is attached in the description box below. Go to that
get
page.
in here, become a part of it. It's an incredible community. It doesn't matter what your pace is, if you're alien pace or if you're just new and starting out. There's a spot for everyone. And if you get involved in some of the banter that goes on in this league, it can be a double-edged sword. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes I cry myself to sleep, but either way.
Not to mention the welcome party.
Yes, the welcome party. We also, in the times we're not practicing for the Wheel2Wheel calendar, have a Rocket League contingent coming along.
Yeah,
so,
something that Tom and I want to make, like
Goats
an off-season tournament.
Oh yeah, we've predicted that it will be bigger than Wheel2Wheel in a few seasons. So
at the rate it's growing, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, and maybe even like a Wheel2Wheel RLCS team.
Yeah, Goat's going to be leading that one strong.
Oh, 100%.
Troy in 6th has just made his way past Spoke and looking to continue his chase down of Dodgy. Spoke running out these medium tyres quite nicely as well. Squiddy and Jonesy for 2nd also at the moment. Jonesy is just upshifted into 5th for the first corner. Not quite sure what I don't know if he's fuel saving to make it to a certain point or if he's happy just sitting behind Squiddy here, but...
Maybe just to slow down the momentum of the car, just to stay behind Squid.
Possibly. You can see he's got so much more grip as they come through the second sector here. He is all over the back of that CP Motorsports Sylvia. Oh, dropping a little bit of a tyre into the dirt, just making sure it's still there. Yes, it hasn't moved, Jonesy. You're still in the desert.
Yeah.
In California, nonetheless.
Yes. Big lift and coast into the last corner. He turned in very late.
I thought he was going off there. That was very close. He's got a brilliant run on Squid. He's going defensive. He wants that 2nd place.
Jonesy, he's short shifting though.
He must be low on fuel because his tyres are still pretty good. Maybe he's a bit short on fuel. That's the only thing I can put it down to.
His outlap was 52, so maybe he's got to try and get another 3 laps out of this. But even then, he should have enough fuel for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's happy to just short shift and sit behind Squiddy and wait, or not quite sure. Jonesy making us question ourselves as per usual.
Yeah, making us bring out our calculators.
Goodness.
Yep, that just threw my table out of the window. Jonesy looking for a move.
He's up into 6th gear already. Again, he's
corner.
just Squiddy around the outside. Eminem would be proud.
Oh, hang on to it, son.
Yeah,
he has held it. I feel like Jonesy could be putting up a much more aggressive fight here. He's got to be massively saving tires and fuel, I would assume.
Yeah,
and he's not doing any
See, again, right at the apex of turn 1, he's up into 5th gear. He's stayed in 5th gear all through turn 2 last time around. He's doing the same. Very low engine note out of that car. Oh, he's put 2 tyres onto the dirt as well. It's like his brain has gone into auto drive at this point instead of actually hitting pause, and he's just, I don't know. He's got me a little bit confused here.
Dazed and confused.
He's holding it in 4th through the left-hander there. He's got to be tyre saving. It's the only thing I can come up with.
He has to.
He's got to be trying to get. Maybe he's trying to get to the end of lap 60 to have a 9-lap run on softs home.
That's probably it. I'm gonna say he's saving tyres dramatically. As we see Dodgy going for a move on Oil. I think
Oil
had a terrible run out of that left-hander, and Dodgy making light work of that.
Yeah, those hard tyres not doing Oily any favours right now.
Yeah.
But I think he can make it to the end on them. If he can get 21 laps out of him, I think he makes it to the end. So he might jump Dodgy overall here.
Oh, I thought Dodgy's going into the pits there for a bit.
He played like it a little. Troy has gone by Oily there as well. I think we've got 2 laps. 2 laps left for Dodgy in this stint, I believe. Troy is quite similar. I don't think he'll have to take on as much fuel when he comes in, though. Are we going to see mid finish on mediums here? 12 laps on the mediums to finish, maybe?
That's all that's coming to mind. Yes, he is.
There it
That's
is.
fueled up for the end.
Who is that that's just gone by? There's Seckers, so he has just been lapped and has expat up ahead of him to chase down now. Has Seckers stopped again yet? I stopped paying attention to him. I don't like him anymore.
No.
So I believe he pitted on, was it 37?
I guess, and he went on
so
mediums?
I would expect to see him in at the end of 62 and then run home on the softs. I mean, he could pit at any time for the softs now and make it there.
Yeah.
We know that much. This might actually be... Oh no, Squid still has a full pit stop, as does Jonesy, so... Yeah. Oh, Troy in the
Troy's
dirt!
going off.
Oh, pit wall!
Oh!
Oh my goodness!
I thought he hit that.
So did I. I heard the crunch and everything. Wow, how's he saved that? Oh my goodness. My heart.
Mate, great minds think alike. I think he was just trying to lick a few minerals off that pit wall on his way
I
past.
reckon if he put his head out the window, he would have got some of it, I reckon. He was that close to the wall there. Wow. This race has just got me questioning everything.
Yeah. Life strategies.
Secker's fuel gauge has just started flashing. Jonesy should be in this lap, so he will be doing 9 on softs to the finish. Dodgy should be in this lap. I don't know how he's going to go get 9 out of these softs, which I believe he might have, actually. Yeah, so Dodgy has just done 9 on these soft tyres, so he should be good to get there from here. He doesn't have the fuel to go around again. There he is. Into the pits. Jonesy rolling out of the pits now. Where's Troy? Troy coming down the start-finish straight. Spoke is in. Final stop. I feel like that's early. I feel like he should have gone longer. Getting 9 out of the softs at this point could be a tricky ask. We've seen him struggle with the tyres at the end, and he has gone for the softs. Dodgy's had to fuel up, so Spoke has jumped him in the pits. Secker's in off the mediums at the end of 61.
But that's softs all the way to the end.
Yes, absolutely. Squiddy should be going around for quite a while more still.
Yeah.
So the fight
should
here
be aiming
is...
for about 64.
Troy will be in this lap as well. So the fight here is Jonesy and Squiddy. And I believe I think that's it. Troy will be in, and he'll come out near Dodgy. Maybe he might jump Dodgy, actually, because Troy has a bit of fuel spare. If he can make it around this last corner. Oh, he has. And he's going to go the left-hand side of the wall this time, thankfully. Oily has about 25 litres of fuel remaining, which is a little lower than I would like personally, but I think Troy's going to have to add a splash. He is. Where are we at? I hear one of the TDR drivers coming down the start-finish straight. It's Broken Spoke. He's going to come out right behind Troy. And now it's all about that tyre preservation. I think Troy might pit the TDR guys here, as they have to save those tyres for a little longer. So then the chase down is Oily, who has played a blinder after having a big oopsie with that front left wearing out, and is 14 seconds up the road he has to work with. So I'm still trying to figure out who has stops left, and I think it's Squiddy and Darth Berserk, I think, are the only drivers left to stop.
Yeah, Jonesy is going to the end. Oil, or
his fuel is... Oh, he's in.
Oh, he's
there
in.
we go.
He's in.
Just to make a fool out of me. Thanks, Oily.
Yeah, he must have heard you. He's like, no, gonna make a fool out of me.
So it's going to be... It should be a very short fill for Oily. Just a tiniest splash. The fuel man just puts it in and pulls it straight back out. And he's come out just a couple of seconds behind Troy and Spoke. No tyre saving needed for Oily. He can pretty much push all out on these soft tyres to the finish now. And
Dodgy has somehow made up 25 seconds almost. Oh, probably about 20 seconds. So he's he would have been right up there if he didn't do that, which is a bit of a shame.
Without that misclick, I think he's sitting third overall once Squid makes the pit stop.
Yeah.
So it's a bit unfortunate for Dodgy, but I also know that his lowest counting score at the moment is only 650, which I think he needed to come, 11th or 10th or something to get, so he'll be improving his overall score, and Spoke being up that high could also help massively with the TDR's fight for the team's championship, so...
Yeah, definitely.
Darth Berserk coming out of the pits right in front of this group, actually, coming through turn 1 now, as our group from 4th through to about 7th roll through it just afterwards. They can see him in the distance.
So you ready to do some teams championships maths there, Dragon?
I've already got 95% of it done. I've just got to put in this week's scores, and I will know. And I can promise you that I will know that before I go to sleep tonight. Pop open a can of soft drink and celebrate, you know?
We'll see. Squid is in.
We'll see. Right, as we see Squid jumping in with basically the smell of an oily rag.
No, he's in 6th.
Sorry?
But Oily is in 6th, mate.
Oh, I mean Squid.
Yeah, but you said he was running on Oily's rag. Oily's all the way back to 6th.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah,
okay,
so
he's coming out just in front of Jonesy here on softs. I think
we did see Jonesy pulling in some strange strategies sitting behind Squid earlier, but
I don't know
not playing the games this time around.
I don't know
immediately
what
made
goes
a
on
move
inside
around the outside
Jonesy's
of
head
the
sometimes.
Jonesy is a bit of a unique character, I'll give him that, but we love him here at Wheel2Wheel. He's hosted every single round this season, I believe, for Div 2. So, absolute champion in that regard. And I do want to give a quick mention to everyone who's volunteered their time throughout Season 11, whether it's data entry, helping the streams in any way, the guys hosting all of the lobbies week in, week out. Big thank you to everyone who helps make this giant machine that is Wheel2Wheel work and run as smoothly as it does.
Yeah, 100%. Without the volunteers, none of this would happen.
Yeah, and especially the admin team having to put up with whinging people like CCH199.
Yeah. I just won't shut up.
You just can't do anything to get that guy happy, you know.
Yeah.
You park on the apex in front of him, he blames you when he drives straight into you. You know, it's oh goodness, Darth Berserker's losing control right in front of Troy. Oh.
Oh.
He's managed to hold on to it as Spoke and Troy going by. That is a great save from Darth Berserk there.
Shame I can't play the
Yeah, if
replay.
only replays were a thing, huh?
Oh.
That'd be crazy.
I-
Oh, Winnie's in the
Yeah.
wall. Oh, he's got engine damage. Where is he? He's up the
he's-
final
yeah,
left-hander,
back
isn't he?
straight. Yeah, back
Yeah.
straight.
How do you get into that wall?
I
Probably like
no, I don't know.
so coming out
You
of
sounded
the
got
like
it, though.
you were ready to make a guess, and then you hesitated.
Oh,
Oh, he's
he's
lost
just-
control right in front of
Yeah.
Squid.
Probably just-
He's cruising the infield. He's gonna go chill out under one of the 7 trees and around this entire track. Here's the
Probably-
rejoin. No, he's just gonna putt on the inside by the looks of it. Here comes Troy. He's got 2 tires on the track. Come on, Winnie. Oh, no!
I got reset.
that is so
Well,
not fair.
at least, you know what? At least the game just put him out of the way of that whole pack from
Yeah,
4th
that
through
is
to
so
7.
not fair.
And Darth Berserk being passed by Oil in My Blood now. As they run down the start-finish. Troy's building that gap to Spoke, looking to lock in 4th place. Spoke's got 2.5 seconds back to Oily to work with. Oily's fuel gauge is flashing though. So it could be on for target 0. Thankfully Dodgy's fuel gauge isn't flashing, but we've seen him somehow run out of fuel before the line before.
Spoke's
So,
purple.
you know, anything can happen. What was that there, Chris?
Spoke just did a purple sector 1.
There you go. Go on, my boy. You know what? Spoke, I feel like if he can hold this together, he'll be absolutely stoked with this finish. He has had a bit of an up and down season, one that he's not too happy with. So to finish it off with a decent placing, I'm sure he would be over the moon.
Yeah, P5 is nothing to sneeze at in this division. It says it's Division 2, but half the guys are Division 1 quality anyway.
Yeah, we've seen the likes of Jonesy, Seckers, Mid-Risky filling in for Div 1 drivers and competing quite well
Not to mention
while
Dodgy.
they do it as well.
He did some filling.
Dodgy as well, yes. I'm trying to remember who else. I don't know if Squiddy has filled in at any point.
Seckers has filled in, but we don't talk about that.
I did mention Seckers.
Who else filled in? I think that's about it.
I think it's, Jonesy, Seckers,
Jonesy,
Dodgy,
Seckers, Dodgy,
and Mid.
Mid.
And coincidentally, that is 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 7th in Div 2. So, and they've all competed very well when they've had to fill in Div 1 amongst the best Wheel2Wheel has to offer, really. So, these guys have absolutely shown that Div 2 is not what it used to be. It is absolutely Div 1.5 now.
Yeah.
We do have a battle for 8th place right now as well. Expat is all over the back end of Mid-Risky. I'm trying to remember where Mid actually finished in Div 1 tonight. He got 12th, unfortunately. I know he had a bit of an off there at some point as well.
And I'm on board with Seckers, and he's just started to weave. He's just showing off right now, weaving, coming into the last corners.
Can we just ignore him? No. Here we go. Round in the last corner to stomp out what has been an absolute cracker of a season for Seckers. He's taken out Div 2. He's taken out the final win to cap it all off. Very well done there, Seckers. Congratulations on becoming Div 2 champion. It's been a great season from Seckers. It truly has.
Dominant season.
And Jonesy's getting on the horn in second place as well. Celebrating that second right now.
Oh, and also, yeah, it's lap 69. Everyone.
I've just seen Troy. Troy has just come from off the track in fourth place as well. He's been closed down on by
Brogan's
Spoke.
going to get him here. Oh, but Brogan hasn't gotten in front left. He's going around the outside.
Oh, no.
Back off.
That is dangerous.
Oh, that was close.
Oh.
Jonesy's got second. Squid's got third locked in.
Yeah, well done, Squiddy.
Spoke's going to lose the spot to Oily.
Oh, no.
So the top 5 falls away. Troy's going to take 4th. Oily 5th. Spoke in 6th. Dodgy 7th. War Dart Berserk has taken 10th place. We've got Expat rounding the final corner now to hold on to 8th, with Mid just close behind, and Winnie, well, he's not had the greatest race. He's on wet tyres.
Because why not?
Beautiful handbrake across the line backwards.
Just in case it rained.
That's it, gentlemen. That's season 11. It's
season
done.
11.
Just like that.
So I can't confirm who's won Div 4, but I want to give a massive shout out to our division winners. Division 1, PLE GOAT, well done, mate. Seckers in Div 2, Brutal in Div 3, all done an amazing job. And I believe Wrestler for the Damn Hexicans has taken out D-League. So congratulations to all of our division winners, and whoever managed to win the battle between Baker Boy and DCE, a massive congratulations to you guys for Div 4 as well. What a season.
Yeah.
It's been a good one. It was especially with you and me, Chris. It was tight all season.
Oh yeah, it really has.
Only 2 points or 3 points coming into this last round, and it was
something like
who
that.
won it.
Yeah. It literally came down to whoever finished first in the final race of the season won the championship. You know, we can't ask for any closer than that. And I know us that were sitting in the party chat leading up to that moment weren't completely sure who was going to come out on top until after the final pit stops. So it was up in the air until the very last moment, and I feel like you both competed extremely well this season. It's been incredible to watch. I believe only 3 people won races in Div 1 as well. I believe it's yourself, Goat, Chris, and Pure Axel took a race out in round 6. He took out the Watkins Glen Enduro.
Yeah, keeping it a bit of an exclusive club there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to get some team owners on chat up, and we have a guest here in Dodgy.
Dodgy, mate.
Hello. What an awesome race was that?
I'm going to assume that the double tap of the don't refuel button wasn't intentional there.
Look, honestly, I never used the dog ate my homework excuse in high school, but I'm going to use it tonight because my damn dog came and distracted me right at that moment. And as I said, can you please get the dog away? I bumped that button and it was all over.
I didn't know Broken Spoke had a new nickname, but...
But yeah, it was sad to see. I did say a few choice words, and it was sad to see that what could have been a good strat have me up close to the pointy end disappear. But that's life. I'm happy with where I came. I think it was 7th in the end, wasn't it? Maybe 8th.
Not quite sure. My game's actually frozen, so I can't actually see anything right now.
So you've been commentating Ghosts. I love it.
It happened right as the race ended, luckily, but... Yeah, looks like 7th for yourself. Spoke coming home in a 6th. I'm sure you were absolutely proud of TDR for this season.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a bit of an understatement. I never expected us to be where we were at, that's for sure, being our second season out there. But we've done a great job. It's going to be interesting to see how the team championship ends up. I'm not quite sure of the maths myself and who's come where.
Well,
I'll be figuring that one out in about 15 minutes.
And
Yeah.
another special
sure
guest,
you will.
Palmer.
Yes, well, we do have a special guest, and thanks for giving that one away, by the way. Just joining us, Mr. Palmer, can you tell us why you are joining us at all?
I'm not sure, to be honest, Dodgy.
You're not sure?
No.
Mate, you were doing a special job for me this year. What was that special job?
We're revealing that, are we? Okay.
Yes.
So
You're
I
in
was
trouble now.
Yeah, I was the weather god for the season, so I'm sure I've pissed off a few people.
Absolutely.
Fair
And look, it
enough.
was a pretty shit season for you, I must say, Palmer, trying to be weather god.
Goat is so
because
torn up that it wasn't Havoc as well. He was
It-
convinced.
I predicted it race one. I was like, Havoc, what's the weather like? And and he was giving it to me as well, and it's pretty accurate, funnily enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there weren't too many wet races to be had. I think there were only two, and they were really close together at the start of the season. And at the time, we happened to be glitching with GT7, with the weather maps not working, and this, that, the other. So you did a bang-up job, Palmer. Great job. Thanks for helping out with that, even though it was tough to try and work out, mate.
That's alright, thanks for that, Dodgy.
No worries.
There we go. So the weather god reveal. Did anyone watching at home see that coming? I did not see that coming until today.
Until today,
I remember
what gave it away?
You or Palmer mentioned something while we were in the dojo earlier that hinted towards Palmer being the weather god. So it kind of clicked to me today.
Really? Wow, I can't remember what that'd be.
Yeah.
I'll have to make sure I don't do it next time. Well, actually, I don't have to worry about not doing it next time because someone else has taken over looking after the weather gods. So that is being handed off to DJ Stefco. So anything can happen with the weather god for next
Oh,
season.
goodness.
The weather
We're
god
doing-
manages.
Steph goes in charge.
How many
Yep.
wet races can we have? What, wet
Alright, I'm
Spa,
gonna bring up the
wet Red
calendar
Bull?
again. So,
Hey, you
Can you
know the
have,
scary thing?
rain at Brands Hatch?
Red Bull-
No,
Red
but you
Bull
can
Ring
at
does
Nürburgring
rain.
24 hour.
N24 there's
no.
rain. Spa there's rain.
Yeah,
I think that's about
Red
it.
Bull.
So-
Lovely.
Yeah, okay.
it's going to be an awesome season. Looking
Yeah.
forward to that and the Porsches. I think it'll be a great one.
Absolutely. And again, final reminder for all of those of you out there watching, registrations close at midnight tonight. That's in about 3.5 hours. So if you have not registered for Season 12 already, do it now. I don't know why you've waited this long.
Yep, get on with it. Link to our Facebook page is in the description.
There you go.
And just for us, the uninitiated who had to race and didn't see the end of the other one, who won, Goat or Chris?
It was me.
It was
I
Goat.
got it.
was
It
good.
was
And,
4 seconds dodgy.
Congratulations, Goat. Well played, son.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
Is
Yeah.
that your first Division 1 title?
It is.
There
It
you
is.
go.
Yeah. Yeah. One for the old history books. But the funny thing is that I was 17 seconds in front of Chris, and I had one more stop to go, and I knew he was going to the end. I thought, oh, this is going to be really close, and I was sort of stressing. I thought he had it, but yeah.
You held
I won.
steady throughout the end and
Yeah.
Yeah.
ended up getting 5.5 seconds almost, 5.4 seconds, the final gap.
Yeah, over
That decided the championship.
over a 90-minute enduro is amazing to stay
It's
that competitive
excruciating.
for that long. Yeah.
It was a
really
long
was.
race.
It's definitely a
Yeah.
long race.
Okay, so, before you go, guys, I know you're going to sign out very shortly. We've got to get the hell out of here. But I just want to thank everyone who's raced this season in Wheel2Wheel. I know it's been tough. I know we've had a lot of quibbles to deal with. Everyone behind the scenes, Squid, the boss man, who has been struggling to get on here with real life getting in the way, but we've held it up for him. Good to see him back racing tonight. It was awesome. Spoken Almonds on the admins, all the stewards, you guys doing and comms, all the hosts. There is a ton of people that put a lot of work into Wheel2Wheel, and there is a ton of people putting a lot of work in right now to try and get the next season off the ground in, what is it, 3 weeks away, something like that. So big thanks to all, and back to you guys.
Yes, and of course, the final thank you to all of our Season 11 sponsors as well. As we round out the season, obviously, we've got to give another big thank you to BQS Group, AMS Excavations, 180 Embroidery, Hybrid Ag, and our major sponsor, Jade Finance Australia, for staying on board with us, and we hope to see all of you guys on board with us throughout Season 12 as well.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. Any final words there, Chris?
Well, for season 12, really looking forward to it. Full Group 3 calendar. Personally, I don't really fare well in the Group 4s, but more exciting racing to come across all of the divisions. More fun and banter in the Wheel2Wheel chat, and more exciting battles for the team's championship as well. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
Before you throw out, sorry, Dragon, one more thing to add. I'd like a closing as well as to say, tune in a couple of weeks for the menu selection for next season. And if you're coming into next season, come in prepared and just make sure you wash your hands before you start.
That's the one.
That's very important.
That's the one.
And also, we can't forget we have the Maestro coming back next season, Apex Humper, who is an absolute weapon of mass destruction, and he will be rejoining us in Division 1 for a couple of dominations.
There we go. Well, on those closing notes, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us all throughout Season 11. And as Dodgy said, don't forget to wash your hands.
And watch out for a zinger burger in your shower.